Welcome back. Today I've got Haydn Megins, a 29-year-old comedian originally from Adelaide, now living in Melbourne, who's with Guerrilla Comedy. Mate, how you going?
Not too bad. Not too bad, mate. I mean, to tell you the truth, fantastic. It's been a great day thus far. Got up and went for a run. No work. But, I did a little bit of exercise, did a little bit of work. Now here talking to my mate. So, it's been a good day.
Well, awesome.
Got nothing to complain about.
Mate, how long have you been in comedy?
About 7 years now.
Okay.
7 years.
What got you into it?
I like, to tell you the truth, I love doing comedy. I've always enjoyed making people laugh, and I like to help by using humour, because I believe I have been gifted with a sense of humour.
Yeah.
And I like to use it as much as possible for good. Obviously, humour can be a dark thing too. And you can get caught up in that. And I've had my journey in comedy, but I love to make people laugh. I've always have.
Do you remember your first joke?
No, I don't. I know it was terrible because I did the whole raw comedy thing, and I did that. Never did too well, but my first joke would have been terrible. It's ignorant jokes about stuff that's infantile.
Yeah.
Just as you do when you sort of haven't developed a good enough perspective on life and just the subtleties of what is. And yeah, sorry, I don't have a joke that I can tell.
No, that's right.
Roy, we talked about bad gigs and hecklers, and I can tell you when my worst gig and I did get heckled. I can't remember what I was saying. It's probably
So tell us, man.
Something noteworthy.
Tell us about your worst gig. Tell us about your worst gig.
I've just been doing comedy for a little while, maybe a year and a bit into it. Fringe Festival comes rolling around, big sort of international arts festivals, big event, shows going on all the time. And I did a spot, because I asked to do a spot at a gig that was running at the Adelaide Fringe Festival by a guy named Iman. You might know him. I think he's from Sydney, Iman.
Hopefully I'll get to know him.
Hilarious dude. Anyways, he was running the gig Iman's Caravan Comedy. And I did that, and it was sort of like daytime. I've never done a gig at daytime. I've never done a gig with that particular crowd. I've always done comedy rooms, and I did a gig to sort of families with their children and elderly people, and the people that are just looking for a good time, light-minded humour. They just got hustled into a caravan comedy show at the Fringe. Only seats about 10 or 15 people, very intimate shows. And I did a gig to that, just bombed bad. You see, I'm going up there telling jokes about... one of my oldest jokes is just something stupid about fighting with my brothers and, using their toothbrush on my butthole. And
God.
This joke, a filthy thing like that. And, we always exaggerate things for comedic effect, and that's maybe what I put on, and I sort of just alienated the room, just had a shit show, and, just approached it completely wrong. I would never make that mistake if I maybe doing comedy longer, just not understanding the dynamics of it and sort of, different demographics. But yeah, I'll put that down as one of my worst gigs ever. And I've had bad gigs.
Yeah.
You get bad gigs.
You get bad gigs, yeah. Who's your favourite comedian?
It changes all the time, mate. It changes all the time. I love comics like Dave Attell. for just purely being funny. I love comics like George Carlin for having something to say. I love comics like Tracy Morgan, who's just one of the most hilarious sort of purely for funny physical comedians that just sort of just let it all hang out. And I love that. That's what I love about comedy. And maybe my comedic journey is just having the ability to let it all hang out sometimes. Because sometimes you take it too seriously and not wearing your heart on your sleeve, just, you know. And that's about insecurity and about sort of confidence on stage. Sorry, it's my alarm went off.
Hey, so what to date would be your career highlight, you reckon?
Career highlights. I've done sort of comedy gigs and going to take like a comedy show to sort of like people away from the big populated areas and just having successful shows in Australia. Doing that would have to be my comedy highlight. I just love doing those shows. I love doing gigs to people that are wanting to go see a show and it is up for it, and it's just good. Because in the big city, sometimes you can just get caught in the gig game, and it's just, you know, you're lucky if you get a big crowd because people aren't necessarily looking for comedy. They're just randomly at a bar where there's a comedy show, and you know, it's good to always get general public because that's what it's all about. But when you actually get an audience paying to see a show, it's the best. Yeah. You know, like I've never done any shows in Sydney.
All right.
I've never done shows in New South Wales or Queensland, but I've done shows in Hong Kong, I've done shows in Scotland, I've done shows in America, Ohio.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
I like to do sports, man. I'm a club comic. I never considered myself to be the sort of famous superstar guy.
Yep.
So I've never sort of seen that, but I like the art form. I love the sort of just the art of doing it.
Yeah. Now you're involved with guerrilla comedy before the snap, and that was at the Resistance Bar and Cafe in Melbourne. Mate, who's that with?
Yeah, I do a comedy show at the Resistance Bar and Grill Cafe in Hawthorne with Paulie J. Sharpland. I helped run it with Paulie J. We took it over after Hamish Patterson, comic from Melbourne, left the country, lives in Canada now with his wife, and yeah, we do that gig every Wednesday, week in, week out.
Awesome.
And it's the best show on a Wednesday night, to tell you the truth. Like, people go there, they love comedy they just love the bar. Like, it's just a good place to hang out. There's fresh food made on site, so it's actually like food and bar, shisha, and it's a really loungy, comfy place to hang out. So people come there, they talk shit, have a good time. It's very communal. It's great bar too. Jay, who runs the shop there, does a fantastic job of like making sure everything's up to standard.
Sounds nice. Sounds good. I'll have to drop in there one day.
Connor from Sri Lanka, fucking good blokes, mate.
Yeah.
Going.
What are you doing now to keep busy?
Trying to be as productive as possible. Just keep active. Went for a run this morning. You got to keep exercising. Get outside. And try and get some vitamin D, get a little bit of sunlight if you can. I play a lot of guitar. I play a bit of guitar.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of that. Seem to play a lot more of it.
Yeah.
And keep both sides of the brain moving. How about you? What are you up to?
Just doing this.
Doing some keeping active. I'm trying to create content.
Well, they take quite a while to edit too. What plans have you got for the future? Do you have a regular job? Like
yeah.
You're essential?
You have to work. I wish we earned enough of doing comedy to sort of secure some form of standard income. But as we all know, it's about a sort of labour of love in many ways. But I do a job. I love to work too. When I first moved to Melbourne, I did mostly audio teching stuff. So I do I got a background in maybe filming filming stuff and doing film audio. So I worked in the audio industry, and I knew a little bit of videography and a video. So I was doing AV tech stuff. I worked at the casino a little bit. I worked all around venues around Melbourne and Australia, and I do that. So yeah, and essentially it's being operations of big events. So when there's no events due to government implemented lockdown, so to speak, there's no people congregating in more than, I don't know how many the number is now, but there's no concerts going on.
There's 2 here. It's only 2.
Two,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, that's what it is now in Victoria.
Are you in lockdown?
I think here's the thing. They saying it's a form of lockdown, but the essential services are still open. Like, there are still things going on. I can go down the shops. I can go to the park. There's no law that says that I cannot do these things. There's no one there's no one essentially, hello. There's no one essentially telling me you can and can't do something. But, I think that's what they're advising, that only 2 people can be in a community at once or whatever. But, what are you doing? Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
he's gorgeous. He or she?
It's a boy. This is Roy. He's an English pointer.
English.
He should be outside.
I sort of had the same problem. My dog here, she just wanted to play. As soon as I come over and sit in this chair, she knows something's up. That's when she wants to play. Or she lays just under the microphone snoring.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you watch any of these videos and you hear the snoring noise in the background, that's my dog. It's not a human laying down on the ground there snoring. Well, Haydn, it's been awesome talking to you. Before I ask you the last question,
Yes.
don't forget, guys, if you're watching these videos, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, leave us a comment. Haydn Megins, thanks heaps. Don't forget to stay safe and share your blessings. Haydn, what's your favourite joke? All-time favourite joke?
I mean, here's the thing. Jokes are always said to appease someone else. Now, you can joke about things about yourself to sort of like make yourself laugh, which I do all the time.
Yeah.
And I think my favourite jokes seem to be just the big dirty joke.
All right.
Like if someone says something dirty and inappropriate, I find that funny, right? And
Right.
I know that's not always the done thing, and I've come to learn that through my comedy journey about what people will and won't laugh at. There was this joke I sort of heard on the television. I think it was on the Melbourne International Comedy Festival sort of gala they used to play on Channel 9 or something, Channel 10.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the ABC, I can't remember at that time. And it was a joke where a guy talks about misdirection and deception within the sort of the wizardry, the spell of the joke, right? And it was a joke that went along the lines of, have you ever been driving down the street, right, and you light a smoke, and you end up coming to the end of the smoke, and you throw it out the window, and then you get further and further along the road, and you smell something burning, right? Ever have that? And then you turn around, and Grandma's fingering herself in the back seat.
What?
Get it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, terrible. I'm not sure what you're allowed. I'm not sure what sort of rating this is.
No, yeah,
That
no,
was
this is...
that was played on the TV. Maybe at a suitable hour after 8:30.
No, this is made for adults. It says there in your YouTube channel, you've got to specify adults or kids. This is made for adults.
All right, M15 plus at least.
Yeah.
Well, adults. What's adult, MA?
Yeah, something like that.
Some,
All right, Hayden, thanks a lot, mate. You're looking great. Good to talk to you. I'll have to catch up with you again soon.
mate, I'd love to catch up with you again soon. Maybe you can do a little interview for my content.
That'd be all right. Yeah. I don't see why
Next
not.
song.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
I'll
let's do
talk.
something crazy. You know what? Yeah.
Right, right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, mate.
Blessed by the day.